Greetings, beautiful friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a lovely, nurturing weekend, all ready to step into this new month. Here we are in the month of March, getting closer to spring. This is us with our usual Monday check-in and our Mindset Mastery session. So before we start pulling cards to sort of feel into the flavor of this week, I like to just feel into and riff a wee bit about where the moon is at. This is actually a really important week to really feel into how you talk, how you communicate, communicate internally as well as externally. The moon phase that we're affected by this week is the first quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Gemini. That's why I'm saying it's all about communication. Gemini is a very intellectual, logical thinking process type of sign. However, with the moon phase in Gemini, the sun is in Pisces. So there's this beautiful dance between listening to your logic thinking processes as well as paying attention to your intuitive guidance. So I really feel like this is a balancing between the masculine and feminine that's in each one of us. The right and left brain, right? The left brain is all of that communication and the logic and the setting goals and being very driven almost. Whereas the right side of the brain is the feminine, the being, the tapping into your intuition, tapping into your creativity. Now, the other reason that I think this is such an important week is that we are in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is going to be going into retrograde on the 15th. So we have a couple of weeks to really pay attention to our communication. And this is what I'm saying is it's communication internally. So that's the thoughts and the words and the worries or not or lack of worry internally, as well as what are the words that you speak and what are the conversations that you feel drawn into and what are the conversations that you kind of say, oh no, I'm not going there. So sometimes it's such a beautiful way to use the next couple of weeks to just see, is there themes that come up for you? Are there themes? Are there ideas? Are there opportunities that come up for you in regard to communicating? Mercury is all about the communication. And I personally love Mercury retrograde phases. I think it's such an important part to really tap into what are we working through. Retrograde is the appearance of going backwards. So it's not actually things breaking or becoming undone. Sometimes we need to repeat ourselves. Sometimes we need to say, oh, look, this issue is coming up again and resolve it or put it down or change the verbiage around it. So all that being said, this week, really pay attention to the words, the intuition and the logic. The two are in beautiful harmony this week. So it's about really finding that way of rhythm and harmony within you. Each one of us has our own unique flavor, if you like, of what that harmony looks like, feels like, externally and internally. So really feel into that. Just take a deep breath. Feel into the wisdom of your own heart. Actually, that's the other part that I think is going to happen for us too, is that we're really going to get in touch with the wisdom or the answers. Maybe you've been looking for an answer or inspiration or a decision on something. Maybe this week it'll start to land and start to come together for you. So, as always, if anything I say in these sessions kind of confuse you, discombobulate you, or you need a wee bit more support or guidance, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. The idea of really following these phases of the moon and feeling into it, my intention, my life's work is to really help you get in touch with and listen to, really deeply listen to your own inner wisdom. The more all of us can do that, the more we actually then ripple that out into the collective and create that sense of ease and peace and flow. So it's very, very important work that we do when we do these sessions, or when you do whatever it is you do to get in touch with your own inner truth. So now, let's get into pulling some cards. Whenever we get really clear on where we are with the moon phase, there's always things to let go of. You know, as we evolve, as we become more in touch with our own truth, we become more aligned with our own inner light, aligned with our unique gifts and talents. There's always things that come up because there's always pieces and ideas that don't vibe anymore with who we have become or who we are becoming. So just take a nice deep breath and let's see, with this first quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Gemini, let's see, what are we going to let go of? Oh, this is perfect. We're going to let go of judgmental thoughts. So I said, Gemini being that logic, where do you judge yourself? Where do you tell yourself off? Where do you, maybe you have judgmental thoughts which actually block you getting in touch with your own intuitive nature. I don't know about you, but when I get intuitive hits, maybe the logical mind will start judging you or criticizing you, or how on earth do you know that? Or that's not right. What can you do to allow those judgmental thoughts, say thank you to them? Sometimes that's a really good way to let go of judgmental thoughts, to say thank you. Thank you. I get that you're trying to keep me safe or look out for me, but I'm going to listen to my heart's wisdom. I'm going to allow that gut feeling, that intuitive hit, to be the decision maker. So see if you can feel into that. See where that comes up for you. Okay, that was a good, perfectly aligned. So now we're going to have a look at what tarot wisdom wants to come up with this. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is beautiful. I really just realized something. So what's come up is the sun. I just said to you that where we've got the moon phase in the sign of Gemini, the sun is in Pisces. So that feels like a very important, like, look at that. We're going to let go of judgmental thoughts and allow the light of the sun to burn them away, but that's also a tap and a reminder to listen to your intuitive guidance, to really allow that flow to be the piece that brings you into your authenticity, that allows you to just take a wee moment. Sometimes we can get too caught into the doing and the hustling and the pushing and the gotta take care of things and always got to be busy. May this week, may this time of really being aware of your own communication, of your own propensity to maybe get stuck in your head, to just say, just for right now, I'm going to take a deep breath. Calm your nervous system. That's the other vibe around all of this, is it's essential to fill your cup first. It's essential to make sure that you are actively calming your nervous system. Let's face it, we live in times of great chaos and discombobulation. What can you do to find your way of ease, your way of peace and of a rhythm, whatever that feels like for you? And do more of it. Do more of it and do it each and every day. What do you do that allows you to just sit in the power, in the inner light that you have? You have access to that. We all have access to that. Maybe it's time to illuminate that a wee bit more in order to be more aligned with your truth, with your gifts, with what you're here for. Each one of us is here for a specific reason. And are you following that? Are you accessing that guidance? Okay, that was a wee detour. But while I was doing that, I was shuffling my Intuitive Whispers card deck here. And let's just see what wisdom comes up. This is beautiful. The first one is the magic of nothingness. Isn't that cool? That came up when I was saying to you about that maybe it's time to just take a wee breath before you get up into busyness or action or doing. So the magic of nothingness, can you just surrender to that? If there's answers that you've been trying to logic or trying to figure out, can you just sit and realize that all answers that you're looking for are actually looking for you? Sometimes that means we need to evolve our sense of trust, that if the answer is looking for me and I can't get it from my thinking process, maybe I just need to surrender and allow messages from my third eye. Your third eye is your intuitive nature. That's you know how sometimes when we get stuck in the ruminating and the thinking and the blah, 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 but as soon as we stop that, we kind of go, oh, there's the answer. It's been right in front of me all the time. And this is superbly powerful. The last one here is throat release. Throat release. Where do you need to just let your throat go and allow those words, that intuitive guidance, that ease to come? Let it come out of your throat. So throat release, that speaks also back to this whole communication, right? So when we talk about throat release, we're also talking about the thoughts in your head. So just feel into that. That's very powerful aligned messages from our intuitive whispers. And like I said, if you need a wee bit more support or guidance on any of this, just let me know. But I'm just about to send you off into this powerful week. This is a powerful day for us to be doing this too, because this is 3rd of March. So we're standing in the 3-3 energy. These are wee bits like gateways. So may this feel like an opening of you stepping into empowered communication internally and externally. And now we're going to wrap that up with one of my liberate your inner truth, because that's really what we're doing with this mindset mastery, is liberating our unique flavor of who we are at the core. Let's see what comes up. Perfect. This is perfect. It's I am evolving. You are evolving. We are evolving. We're all in the right place at the right time. So let me read this out to you. New and exciting things happen as I am intuitively guided to explore new possibilities and potentialities for my life. My life is continually changing and I am evolving to greater spheres of love and blessings. May you have a beautiful week ahead. I wish you a beautiful experience with this Gemini new first quarter phase of the moon and the sun being in Pisces. May that help you really find your balance. I do this, your balance, masculine and feminine, logic and intuition. I'll be back again with you next week. Have a fabulous week.